A prisoner woke up to a full bladder. He discovered that his bed had been flooded. Looking at the quickly rising water level, he was trapped in a cage and couldn't escape. At this moment, the room was completely empty, and the floodwaters outside were still rushing in. The prisoner grew more and more frantic. It seemed that the water would soon drown him. Suddenly, he noticed the key on the table. He quickly unbuckled his belt and threw it over, successfully dragging the table towards him. After getting the key, he tried it for a long time, but couldn't open the lock. Upon closer inspection, he realized it was a BMW key. Suddenly, a 2-meter thick tree burst through the room, racing towards the cage at 80 miles per hour. The prisoner was so scared he wet his pants. Fortunately, he wasn't injured, but the steel door was jammed by the tree. Now, even with the key, he couldn't open it. As the water level rose faster and faster, the prisoner activated his strongest brain power. He looked up and saw the ventilation hole. He tried to reach for it, but he couldn't. So, he held his breath, dove underwater, and desperately dragged the bed to the center. He quickly surfaced and used the bed to reach the vent, but then he discovered a new problem. The vent was secured with a large lock. His hopes of escape were shattered once again. By now, the water had risen to his head, and he had no space left to breathe. But in the final moments of his life, he still refused to give up hope. Then, he spotted a flashlight. He quickly picked it up, took it apart, and stuck the tube out of the water. This alleviated the crisis for a moment, but then, the wires short-circuited, and everything plunged into darkness.